This is a video on A to Z making your own cigarettes. I'm using an old machine. Um, I've had this machine for over 5 years now, probably longer than that. Can't remember back that far. Um, A to Z, the problems you run into, how the machine works, what to look for, from buying your tobacco to packing your little cartons. Let's go for it. This is not one of my crocheting films, obviously, but I like to smoke. And about oh, a long time ago in California, cigarettes started going up, up, up. By the time they got to 3 something a piece, my husband and I decided we were going to roll our own. And we didn't realize how easy it would be. We thought we were going to have to get those little rolling machines, you know. Oh, I couldn't see doing that. I really couldn't. But the machines these days use these. These are ready-made tubes. They got the filter in one end. Just hollow tubes. And that's what you use to make your cigarettes with. Now, they don't come out looking perfect, but they come out looking pretty darn good. These are nice and firmly packed. I tamp them down quite a bit when I'm done. Kind of like to have the little head start here on lighting the cigarette. And it keeps the tobacco from falling out as easy. And what else? Doesn't use as much tobacco. Now, for those of you who have thought about it and say, can you really save that much? Well, you buy these 1 pound bags of pipe tobacco. And the pipe tobacco today is really made, if you can see it through here, it's made a lot smaller than pipe tobacco used to be. It's not as rough. It's actually made for making these type of cigarettes. That didn't happen until the government decided that if you buy a bag of cigarette tobacco, you've got to pay the full taxes as if you were buying regular cigarettes. So they switched to pipe tobacco, and the pipe tobacco companies obligingly made it smaller. Pretty sneaky, huh? Now, I personally like a blend of mint and smooth. Mint and regular. This is Red River brand. You can see it's $15.99. Each one of these bags makes a minimum of 2 cartons of cigarettes. So, in case you're not figuring out the math, that's $15.99 for 20 packs of cigarettes. That is less than $1. Now, I do buy the menthol tubes, and they cost about $1.75 to $1 more than the normal tubes. But even with these and buying this, I pay less than $1 for a pack of cigarettes. And on light income, I like that. Now, because I like a mix, I usually pre-mix my bags. I don't have to worry about this. But you could get a blend. Make your own blends of what you would like. Maybe you find something that's a little robust, but it's a little bit too robust. Get something like the Red River Smooth and mix it into it. Works out just fine. Just sprinkle it around. For my husband and I do like, I had this huge mixing bowl. And when I say huge, I mean like 2 feet across. And I would put like 3 of these 1 pound bags in there and just mix the hell out of it. And then I would rebag it, and that's what I'd make our cigarettes from. Now that's plenty of tobacco right there. Go to the store and get these little Ziploc containers. They come in packages of 6. Put your tobacco in there so you don't have to work from the bag. Okay. Later on, I'm going to come back and mix these two together and rebag them, and then I don't have to mix every time. Okay. Now this couldn't be simpler. And I'm going to tell you some pitfalls and some problems you can run into. You stick your little thing on there. Now, this has a, move cat. Move, I can't see the screen. Kind of feline helper here. This has a slanted spike on it. See that? And when you pull this handle down, this little thing comes out and pulls with a pusher behind it and pushes your tobacco down inside your tube. Okay. Now you can see this isn't a new machine. I've been using this machine for 5 years now. So they aren't as fragile as one would think. The one I had before that I used for about 7 years. It was a little defective when I got it, but all I had to do is open up the back and tighten a few screws and stick a little drop of glue on them. Anyway, when you put your thing on, you just want to put it on and just turn it a little bit and seat it. Okay? Now, if this becomes kinked like this, and you'll get ones that are kinked like that, so it doesn't want to go on, make sure you unkink them first and then roll it on. Sometimes it'll have just a little bit of a scrabbly edge, and just putting the point first and rolling it like this before you push it in will also make it work. You throw your tobacco on top. Now, you want to touch it about as gently as you would touch your, your eyeball if you're taking something out. You don't need to pack it. You just want to gently put it in. This handle is going to pack it. Gently put it in, close it down. That pulls this little thing against your paper. And because it's old and because it's, sometimes I pack too tight, I tend to hold it in like that. I just hold it together. Give it a quick little oomph. And here's my cigarette. Rock, roll, and ready to go. Okay. Now, if your tobacco is too damp, it's going to end up packing very tight and making it real loose in the roll. Because when it packs, when your tobacco packs, and it's a normal, slightly, barely moist temperature, feeling, okay? It's compressed, and when it's shoved in here, it expands and fills the shell. If it's too moist, it's going to compact, and it won't bounce back right away. So you're going to need to tamp them a little bit and set them out and let them expand before you put them in a carton. If it's too dry, you can get away with it. It tends to shatter into tiny little pieces when it's too dry. And that way you don't even want to tamp it. You want to slide it in and do it because it has no compression. There's no dampness to allow it to compress. It's going in hard and it's going in dry, and don't even think about it. Okay. Don't let your tobacco get too dry. If your tobacco gets dry, really dry, and you have a lot of it left, there's a little secret you can do. Come here, guys. take a little bit of good water. By that I mean like spring water, something like that. Little bit of water, little bit. We're talking half a teaspoon, okay, in a container. About you 3 or 4 cups of tobacco, about a half a teaspoon of water, and you can spread it out on the table and sprinkle it over it and mix it up. Or you can just, if it's like half full like this, you can put it in there and just keep mixing it around. I would suggest spreading it out first and put it back in and wait till the next day, and your tobacco will be evenly moisturized and ready to go. Here's something that can happen. See here? The tobacco came out here, and this part's empty. This can happen if your tobacco is too moist, if your little thing on the side is wearing out, which is why I usually hold mine, or if you packed it too tight. So you just take and you hold it upside down like this, and you just roll it with your fingers, and it'll start to come out the end. You can tell when it's loose enough. Of course, you can just tear it open and throw the roll away. Flick it until you can see that the roll is empty. Put it back on. Sometimes the edge, if you hold it down, the edge will tear off, which is mine. A lot of mine do because I hold it down. You would put the unbroken edge on the side of your holder, and your hole would be back here. And hold it, and zip it in, and it packs just fine. Also, that will also happen if you have a hard piece in your cigarette that catches against the side, and it keeps the tobacco from going in. So the slider keeps going, the tobacco doesn't. So that will also do it. And just take a quick check, make sure there's no holes in it. Sometimes it will pack, but the holes, it'll make a hole in the side. Little piece will stick out. Then you just take it into your fingernails and you just break it open, smooth the tobacco out, get another tube. I had to make 6 more cigarettes just to find one that I could make overpack like that. Had a hard time showing you a boo-boo. But anyway, that's how you handle that. It means, A, you have something that is sticking in there, a hard piece. So check your tobacco for a hard piece. Or B, it's too moist. Or C, you packed it too hard. Okay? Okay. Here's one of the pack holders that I dredged up. These are the ones we had in our machine shop. Had a lot of use, years of use. This was kind of beat up. But these are clever because these hold, on one side, this is as far as they close. They hold the hundreds. And I used to smoke the hundreds, but my husband smoked kings. So for his, I turn it around this way, and it goes all the way down to king size. See? Isn't that clever? So for, if you have 2 different likes in the family, you can get these. Just like that. Because of a clever little, they have this little hole here, and on the inside they have a shaft that fits down in this hole. But the other side doesn't have the hole, so if the shaft is opposite the hole, it holds hundreds. And if the shaft goes into the hole, it holds kings. Now packing these is no problem. You want to take 2 in the bottom, put 1 on top. Then 2 on either side of that one and 1 on top. Pack it down. 2 and 1. pack it down. You can get 18 in these little cartons. If I really wanted to press it, I can get the full 20. 18's good enough for me. There we go. When it gets too shallow to stick your finger in there, you can use a crochet hook, a pin, a chopstick, anything smaller than your finger that's going to fit down in there. It should be something that is approximately the size or less than the size of your cigarettes. Now see, if I want to press my luck, that's 19. And 20. There's 20 cigarettes. See? Ready to go. And refillable. So, there's the little film on making your own cigarettes. In California right now, you pay over $5 for this. And we stopped paying for them way back when they were $3-something a pack. Like I say, I don't use cartons anymore, packs anymore. I like them loose. But, in fact, I use this one now for what I consider my restaurant cigarette, which is my little electric smoker, electric cigarette, my tobacco. They don't let you smoke in restaurants anymore, but they don't mind electronic cigarettes. No smoke from that. Okay, there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Get yourself a couple bags if you want to. If you want to mix them, there's lots of different flavors and brands out there. You'll find some that you like and some you don't care for. Most brands come in the 1 pound and the half pound. So if you want to try it for the first time, get yourself a half pound and see if you like it. And then you can go for the less expensive, which is your 1 pound. If you buy 2 half pounds, it's going to cost you $2 to $3 more than buying a single 1 pound pack. Enjoy it, people. It's inexpensive. It's easy. Smokes great. Tastes great. One big advantage besides the money on making your own cigarettes, you're getting 100% tobacco. There's over 400 additives that they put in commercial cigarettes. And a lot of those are not good for you. They're made to make the cigarettes go through the machines properly, to not dry out as easily, to not crumble, have more shelf life, all kinds of stuff like that. Not mold, I guess, if they're kept too long. Anyway, all those additives are not good for you. And as bad as some people say smoking is bad for you, smoking all those chemicals is much worse. This is a healthier way to go. So, if you really enjoy smoking, then enjoy it for less money and enjoy a healthier tobacco. Okay? Happy smoking. Puff away.